Good morning and welcome to Recollage with Pink Girly. Gosh, I'm very early, but I'm sitting here. I've got plans with my son to watch the football game, and I thought, you know what? I'm almost ready to go. Why not just put the camera on, go live, and we'll see what happens. And I see my little partner in crime is here, Jacqueline. Good morning, my dear. And we might not have anybody come in. Ultimately, this is hopefully going to be a live stream. Well, it is a live stream, but hopefully there'll be more live people here to keep Jacqueline and I company. And I sent a lot of things to my printer. And I have one more thing I want to send, so I'm just kind of waiting on it. I'm hoping that my ink will hold out so I can print what I hoped to have printed. That I think I'm going to need for this morning. Okay, so yes. This is going to be the Jacqueline and Pink Girly show. Do, 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 do. So I just have all these ideas tumbling around in my head, and I thought, you know what, I'm just going to do it and apologize for being early. I've been putting off doing this cover for this bee journal that I have sitting by my desk, and I just feel like working on that. I feel like working on it. I feel like working on that today. So why not, right? It's my channel. I'm also just do it. So I thought, well, if I head over to my son's and I have all these ideas in my head, I need to get some of these things out of my old brain. So one thing that I think I want to do is put some kind of a little tassel on the front. Now, if I remember correctly, I'm not sure the spine is going to work, but maybe a little tassel dangling from the front cover. Now, that should be an easy thing to do. However, the whole book is made really from packing paper. I was going to say scrap paper, but it's not really scrap paper, packing paper. And so it's not, the pages aren't really weighted, if I can say that. They're a little on the light side. So I want to use packaging to do the cover. So I need to trim that out and get that cut to the right size. And then I have kind of a layout in my head as to what direction I want to go. But I was just picking through some of my shindy fabric. Now, I don't have black. I don't have a lot of black. But I have another piece of fabric that I think if I tear it, it will give the idea of black. Because if you think of bumblebees, I think of yellow and black. I think most of us do, right? So this is kind of a gold color here. Now, I like to iron my fabric here to do a tassel. Now, it's going to be a small tassel because I want it to, go on this journal, which you probably are not remembering. And you know what? I'm going to do a walkthrough because I'm not remembering a whole lot either of what I did in the journal. So I'm thinking about canceling my last printing job because then I was thinking about actually doing some shrinky dinks too. See, so I have a lot on my mind. So if you're replaying, I appreciate your coming in, but I'm going to get going here in a second with some of these things. But there's a little bit of prep here because some of these ideas I just decided, like about 20 minutes ago. Sometimes that's good, sometimes not so much. So we'll just say. Now, this carpet fabric, they really scrunch it and twist it to stitch it into a carpet. So then you wash it, and it's really at times a little frustrating to try to get some of these wrinkles out. And then some of the fabric is thinner, and then the heat of the iron kind of doesn't really like it. So I'm just going to do this first. And then I get done when I get done, right? So I think it looked like we had 3 of us in here. So it looks like I've already scared someone off. Now, if you come in later and watch and I'm still live, you can always go back and watch the beginning. But I'm not sure how much you're going to miss. But look at this fabric here. This is an ombre. So it's going from yellow into oranges, and I think it's just darling. But I'm probably going to use the yellow section because my tassel is not going to be super long because the book isn't that big. Now, I just don't know how many pages I have left to print. All right, so that's that one. I think I have one more, or maybe 2. Now, the dark black, if you will, fabric that I have, because I grabbed this last minute. It's really, it's a cute fabric. Oh, it does say B. But I think if I cut a small strip of this, this will work to give me. Now, I don't like that it's not double-sided, but I'm going to not think about that. I'll see how it looks when I put it together. So I'm doing my strips for my tassel, only about 12 inches, and then they'll be bent in half. So it'll be 6 inches, and I can always trim it. I might need it smaller. Hey, Pearl, good morning. Pearl, I think this is your fabric. Wait a minute, let me see. It's still got a little tag on here. Yes, I think this was from Pearl. Oh, how nice of you to pop in. So I'm just going to do a narrow strip of this, and I just like to tear it, and I want my strips for this particular tassel to be thin because it's little. Now, sometimes I do these snippet tassels. I know, it's really cute. And I want the pieces bigger because I sell those and for creators to be able to use it and snip off pieces for their own creations. And so you want it a little bigger. Now I'm just going to take that one piece there. Let's see what else I have. Oh, yeah, I need this. Did I do the yellow? I think I did the yellow. And I have a piece of that. So, all right. So I'm going to put the iron aside. Pearl, while you're here, I'm going to ask you a question. Oh, where did I put those? Let me see if I can find it. I was going to send you an email. Now, this may not be fair, but being you're not selling, maybe I can ask you. Oh, maybe you'll remember. I'm not finding it. I don't know where I put them. I came into one of your sales late after it had already started, and you were selling strips of lace, and they had a little tag on them. I just had them, and I thought, I'm going to ask Pearl, and I was going to send you a picture. But I didn't hear the story of the lace and what that tag represented. I love listening to you and listening to all your knowledge about lace and fabrics. Good morning, Angie. All right, so first things first. Now I've gotten myself somewhat organized. So I'm going to see if I can throw this tassel together real quick. So I'm not sure if you know what lace I'm talking about. They were long strips. You sold them, I think, for $4 or $5 a piece. They were maybe like 3 inches wide. All right. When I find it, I'll shoot you an email with a picture. Because as soon as you see it, I know you'll remember. All right. So when I am making tassels, I like to just lay out my strips of fabric that I'm going to use. Now, like I said, this one I'm going to make it about 12 inches. So then I can have about a 6-inch tassel. You know so much stuff about fabric and lace. Oh, they were sold as antique. Okay, cool. I mean, they're just beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. And then when you touch them, they're so soft. All right, so I'm going to do a variety of yellows because that's what I have. I don't know, I might throw in a little orange. And we'll just see how this looks. Now, worst case scenario, if I don't like it, I don't put it on the journal, you know? Pearl says French salesman samples lace. Don't know the age. Oh my gosh, you said the magic word for me, French. Ooh. I don't know why. I just have always liked anything French. Now, I don't want this too terribly puffy either. Now, I'm hoping this one tears. Some fabrics tear better than others, and I do not cut straight, especially fabric, because it wiggles. Fabric wiggles. Now, Kellyanne gifted me these scissors. They're, sewing scissors, and they definitely cut better. They don't have as much wiggle to them as some. And that certainly helps. Now, let's see. Let's get another strip of this. Now, that piece of black I make fairly long, so I think I can get uh, two lengths out of that. Now, putting the tassels together is not really that difficult. It takes a little bit of practice. Years ago, I watched a couple of gals do a video, and that's how I've been putting my tassels together ever since. And I think, oh, you know what? Some black lace would be. Well, this is not as long as I thought. Bye, honey. Yeah. Some black lace would be nice, but I don't think I can. Hey, Joyce, good morning. I don't know that I can get my hands on some black lace quickly. So I might have to just let that. I have a hard time, once I have an idea, I have a hard time of letting those ideas go. Mm-hmm. That's my problem. All right, now I have another box here of some things that I purchased from Pearl a while ago. And I think I said on my last stream, I was saying to Jacqueline the other day, if you want to eat a steak dinner or you want to eat a seafood dinner, you don't go to a steakhouse, you go to a seafood house, right? So there's plenty of gals that sell online. And let's face it, all their things are just lovely. But if you want to buy lace and fabric, Pearl's the place to go. Pearl's fine. She's, oh, yeah, they are. Look, I put them in your box. These are the ones. Those. So I've added some other things to this box, but basically I bought most of this stuff from Pearl. And I think I might have a little bit of narrow white lace in here. Good morning, Connie. So just like I said, if you want paper, good paper, dyed paper, you want to go to Lovely's Crafting Lodge. Debbie F sells dyed paper. If you want fabric and lace, you're filling boxes today. Oh, Pearl has a knack. She has a knack. So if you have not, look at this. If you have not discovered Pearl's, plural, finds, Jacqueline, if you get a minute, if you're still here, maybe you could pop Pearl's link in. I think I have to look into that Nightbot, and then people could put in their own. Okay, crafted by Christy sells awesome paper. So we need to promote each other, right? Now let's see. I'm almost certain I have some thinner lace in here because I'm making a little tassel, so I want some thinner lace. Thank you, my sweetheart. Let's see. This is a Mary Poppins box. Well, I thought I had some little. Well, I'm not remembering correctly. All right, so Jacqueline's going to be looking. She's been under construction, remodeling a kitchen. And so she's, it's almost like moving, you take everything out, you gut the kitchen, have it remodeled, and then you have a new space, new cabinets, new setup. So you kind of really have to redesign how your kitchen's going to work, right? All right, so this did not give me what I was looking for. Yeah, you want to wash everything and get it all ready to be used. All right, so this stuff's going back in here. I definitely want to find a piece of lace, though, that's thinner. I mean, I have some that's thinner, but not I have really skinny. Oh, I know where I have some. Hold on. This is like turning out to be the Pearl and Lori show. Here we go. Just remembered. I have these. Some of these are narrow on these little spools. See, this is the kind of thing Pearl does. Just everything looks so. Oh, that was my last one. Okay, so now I want to go and print. I want to print on my. I think I think that one. I think one of these is thin enough. So Pearl's putting boxes too. I don't want to use that one. See, this is the other problem. Lori hates to use. Look, I mean, really, this is a good way to store your lace. You save those old wooden spools that we all have laying around, right? Then you can wrap your trim and your lace around them. They're all different sizes. And you don't have to tie it like this. You could put, oh gosh, that's really pretty. How thin is this one? This one might be a little, no, that one's wider too, I think. I know I have more of these. I just need a minute. Angie's making yo-yos. I pulled a yo-yo maybe to put on this cover. Oh, I'm so stingy with this lace. Not that a tassel is not good enough for it. It's just, I struggle. Good morning, Candy. Very nice to see you this morning. As it is with all my art friends. I apologize for popping on early. That's too short. I don't think I can bring myself to use that beautiful lace in a tassel. So I may just have to use what I have at hand here instead of, yeah, right. No pins when you're selling to customers. But if you are storing it in your own home, in your own setup, and you put a pin in there. And you know what I discovered? Um, Sequence pins. They're only about that big. Whoop. What did I roll over? I have something fell over behind me, and now I've run over it with my chair. Hold on, I need a little here to get this. You're not going to believe this. I rolled my chair right through the armhole of a shopping bag. I couldn't do that again if I tried. I'm also look in this bag while I'm here. Sometimes I think the Lord does that stuff, so I look at what I should be looking at. All right, now I want to get this printed. So I need to switch out my paper. So this is really a workshop kind of stream today. So I need to load a different paper in my printer. I have my file open that I want to print. So I just have to hit the send button. It'll be worth it. Paper's loaded in. So how is everyone this morning? It's another beautiful day here in South Jersey, I gotta say. We've had some really pretty days the last couple of days. All right, find the old mouse. Now I'm going to switch back over to my, I don't want that one. That's the one that just printed. Just printed. All right, now let's do. It is. It's rainy in Ohio. Ohio. That's an idea too, Joyce. I don't know that I have my Aries stuff, which I don't think would hold up. I'll see if I have some Jacqueline's. Hold on, let me get this. All right, so I'm just gonna say print. Now these might end up too big, but we'll deal with that when the time comes. Okay, so put my mouse aside. Now I have my tin right here with my cheesecloth. That's a very good idea. I might be able to get a piece out of this. I woke up before my alarm this morning. That's saying something for me. And I don't even remember falling asleep last night. How sad is that? But it must have been pretty early for me if I woke up before my alarm. All right, so let me just move this aside. I also found this little strip of sari silk. So I'm going to see if I can iron this also. Now, you don't have to iron your fabrics, and you might like the way that looks. I just think they look fluffier. Your tassels look fluffier if you iron your fabric. But certainly, having them, you woke up at 3. That's usually what I do. I usually wake up around somewhere between 2 and 4 and have to run to the bathroom. But today, I slept till 7. Now, I should be sleeping till 7, and the goal is not to wake up and get some nice, solid sleep, 6 or 7 hours. So Jacqueline says she doesn't iron her fabric, but she likes the look of both. A crinkled tassel. Yeah, I do too, right? I mean, you can appreciate all different things. Now that end right there might be good. And once you get this part done, putting the tassel together goes pretty quick. Now I still need a piece of lace. I'm determined to have a piece of lace. So let me grab my... Oh, you know what else I could put in? I could put in ribbon. Yellow. So this here, of course, is the whole idea of bricolage, too. Using what you have. That might look kind of cool. Stretchy. Bricolage. I don't know. I always think of that like that Ricola commercial. This is going to be a really, really fluffy. The gnats. Oh, really? See, I don't go outside that much. Joyce, I have some somewhere. I don't think I have any that is in the coloring palette that I would be looking for, and I wouldn't even begin to know where to look. I've got things layered and stacked. I mean, my room looks pretty good, relatively speaking, but my craft area is not, it's really not, it's not, I have a pin here somewhere. It's not where I can just get up and go to where I have them stored, because I have things stacked in front. I have a very little space. And so I have things stacked in front of my drawers and stuff. Inside too? Oh, that's not good. Okay, so I'm going to just do that. And let's take a little piece of this. And I think this kind of washi tears pretty nicely. But there again, I want it to be thinner. Oh no. Oh, Joyce. I'm sorry that that's been such a struggle. Well, hopefully, this is a good time of year to have it in place, hopefully it'll be worth it and you'll get to enjoy. I was talking about on one of my streams, this has been a while ago now, I wanted to get my 96-year-old neighbor for her birthday, which is next month, a bird feeder that I saw at my dentist's office, where you put it in the window, it sticks out like a hothouse kind of a look. And the birds come right in and you can watch them feed. Unfortunately, my neighbor passed, and I'm glad I shared the idea with her because she was excited about it. She thought it would be wonderful, but she went in the hospital and didn't come home. So bittersweet for me. But then Joyce was saying she might like to have one, and so she purchased one. And they've just had a time trying to get it set up and get it going. All right, so I'm just layering all these different pieces that I've cut. Now, if you're just coming in, I've cut these pieces of fabric roughly 12 inches. I want to line them all up starting at the one end. Oh, they do candy? Oh, you did, Joyce? Gosh, different things that we do day to day, because we were kind of, we were really kind of her caregivers in a lot of ways. We took her meals. My husband did her grocery shopping for her because she really was not able to get out. Did I put the lace in there? Yeah, I did. Okay. All right. My shrinky dink stuff printed. I don't know if I need this piece. So now what I'm going to do is just put this tassel. I'm going to build it on this little swivel lobster claw clasp. Now that's not a very big hole, but I'm not making a big tassel. And you could always put a ring on there too, right? Yes, yes. Oh, Connie, bless you. Yes. She loved in fact, I was going to investigate that today. She loved their turkey dinner when it would come out this time of year. Well, really, I guess next month. And sandwiches, we would pick her up sandwiches from there. All right, now I've got quite a bit of fabric here. This is the fiddly part. Well, maybe I should start smaller. I can always add it in. So let's just do a couple of strands. Now you could add a bigger ring on here. Certainly if you don't have one of these lobster claw clasps, you could just do it on a, like a ring that you would put your keys on, something like that. Or you might have some other kind of little ring in your stash. Or you could just lay out your strips and then put a piece of ribbon underneath and tie them together that way. I've made tassels that way. Ultimately, you want to decide how you're going to attach it to your project or how you're going to use it. And then, Angie's in her own little world. She's landed in yo-yo land. So see, now this is going a lot easier because you can smush that fabric down. You always are, Ange. Aren't we all, though, really? I am, for sure. All right, so now I've got that started. I'm just going to slide this down. To about the middle. Just giving it a little wiggle. Now, I put it on this clasp because I want to be able to attach it, I think, to my journal. Now, my pages, that guy didn't make it. All right. Let me pull out my journal just real quick here. Now, this is a tab type of binded journal. So I don't think a tassel on the, I might change my mind. I might be able to figure out a way to do it. But for right now, I'm thinking it might go on the cover. So either way, I think this is a good size. So once you get this folded in half, and you've got all your little pieces, now you could add like crochet thread or something or yarn in here too, and then put some beads, string some beads on there. You could pin charms on. There's lots you could do. You guys know all this stuff. Now, I tossed my ball of crochet thread over here. There it is. I'm just going to do white on this because this is what I have sitting right. Oh, here's my pin I couldn't find. All right, so I'm going to take a length of this, whatever you choose to use. You want something strong, though, that's not going to really break. So this is how I do it. I put down, fairly lengthy piece. I make a little loop at the top, kind of pinch that with my thumb. And then I turn it sideways. All right, I'm starting over. So I want to get a good pinch. I'm not liking the way that top looks. Let's just zhuzh this a little over that way. All right, redo. Now my voice is going. Put down my thread, my string. Make a pretty good sized loop. Tuck it under my thumb and turn it sideways and just start winding. Now, when you wind, you want to wind and pull. You just don't want to lose that loop. And you want to pull this. I'm just not, it works out really well when I don't have an audience. Redo. You can do this with ribbon too. Now I'm just going to pull this as tight as I can, and I'm just going to wind this down. You see that? And just try to make that as neat as I can. You can cover this with ribbon, of course, or fabric or whatever you want, but you don't have to either. So you want to cut some of this off. You might like the way this looks. It almost looks like, the top of a little short threaded tassel. Then I'm going to thread this through my loop. Then I'm going to come back down here and get that tail that I left. And I'm going to pull that loop down behind the threads that I wound around. Now, I think you don't have to do this, but I always like to tie mine because I'm not a very trusting person. And there's your tassel, and that's really basically it. Now, of course, you can wrap, like I said, fabric or thread or yarn, whatever you might want around there. And I'm thinking I might like to wrap. Maybe I'll just wrap a piece of this. You don't need much. This could be a little more narrow, I think, for my taste. That might just be enough to work. Now, I have my hot glue gun plugged in, which I always do. So, I'm going to take that and give myself a little bit of glue. Now, if you do this, you got to watch your fingers. You don't want to burn your fingers. I just folded that in half. And then I'm just going to wind that around till I get to the end. And then I'm going to add more glue. Now this is kind of a chiffon type fabric, so that glue really comes through to the second level, you know? Now this certainly can be trimmed, all right? So now I'm just getting some components together here to add to my actual cover. So this I can set aside. Now I'm going to trim these threads, I believe. For right now, I'm going to leave them because I might decide to put a charm on here or some beads. So I'm going to leave that. I'm leaving it alone for right now, so I give myself some options. But I might find a button, or a bee or whatever. I might find something I want to glue on there too. So I'm just going to, for now, I'm going to leave this. And then I'm going to switch gears and go to my shrinky dink idea. First, I'm going to have a little sip of my very cold coffee. Well, my fake coffee. Now, I think I'm going to do my shrinky dinks. I think I can do it right here on my ironing board. So I'm going to use this. Now, this product is, I had some shrinky dink plastic, and we had talked about this, I think, a little bit before. If you have any plastic, like containers or things like that, there are number 6 plastic, that will work to make a little shrinky charm. But you can also buy this stuff. So I had some in my stash, and Jacqueline said, I wonder if you could print on it. So I tried, but the print just wiped right off. Well, then I thought, well, I wonder if you can buy it. So I did. I went on to Amazon and I purchased this product, which you can print on to make little shrinky dink charms. This is okay. I think there's probably better that you can purchase. But this is the one I got because I knew nothing, right? So I just picked one out, said you could print on it with a laser printer because that's what I have. Good morning, Brenda. And I will show you this. This I got from Erin in the Adirondacks. Now hers are just, to me, magnificent. But I'm thinking Erin stamped on hers and then did color pencil. But I did not ask her. But these are fabulous. Mine do not look like this, as you'll see. But it's a different product. They're cute. And of course, I printed on this. And now I don't know how big these are going to end up. This might end up being too big. And then I'll let this go for now. But all I'm going to do is just cut these pieces out. And then we're going to shrink them. All right. Now, the trick with this is, and it'll tell you in the instructions when you get this, there's a shiny side and a dull side. You want to print on the dull side. And I would think that's probably a uniform thing that you would do, but you have to check the product that you purchase. Now I'm seeing there's a, well, maybe I'll leave that around. Well, let's do one. We'll do one and we'll see how it goes. So I think this is probably my least favorite out of this batch. Now, again, if you want to glue this down onto a project, you don't have to worry about punching a hole. But I want it to dangle and possibly use it on my tassel. So I'm going to punch a hole in mine. It cuts very easy. Let's just do all these while what do we have to turn off? I had to turn it off. What's Ange saying? Oh, a ball game? Yeah, every time my baseball team would lose, my neighbor Betty would say to me, well, you can't win them all. I'm like, yep. But we want to win them all. She would also say there's always a winner and a loser. Thanks, Candy, a football game. Gotcha. Okay. So I'm just going to trim these out. Thanks for coming in and keeping me company while I get this, hopefully this cover going. Now, some of these little bits I'm going to save. See, this is a nice bigger piece. I have a little envelope here somewhere. Look at me. I know right where it is. But I can stamp on these. So you can stamp on this stuff as well. And then use your color pencil. I think you can use marker too. But Dana was in and I was talking about this one time. And she said, Erin uses color pencil, which I had no idea. And the color pencil turns out fabulous. I just have to say, it really does turn out quite nicely. All right, so let's get the hole puncher. Now, this is supposed to shrink to about 1/5 its size. That means nothing to me. I can't look at this in my head and think, oh yeah, so that'll be good. Nope, can't do it. Look, I missed a little bit of white there. All right, which one was I going to do? I think I was going to do this one. So now you have to think about where you want the hole. I'm going to put it on a pin. I think I want it in this corner. Maybe I want it in this corner. I'm going to do it in this corner. This couldn't be easier. Now, I did a bunch of these for Lovely's Lodge, but Christmas images. Gosh, they turned out cute. They don't look as nice as Erin's, though. I just have to say, they just don't. Now, I'm going to use my heat tool. When I did the ones that I did that are Christmas themed, I used my oven. I could do them, in batches, which was nice. But this is just a single, and I'm going to just use my. Oh, look, I was going to put that in my tassel, and I didn't. I'm just going to use my heat tool. Now I'm going to use it on the higher setting because it will go quicker. And ideally, this is going to melt. It'll curl up and then it's going to flatten out. Now, so far I haven't gotten mine to be real flat. I'm putting just a crochet hook here to hold this from blowing away. And you want, like if you're going to do these in the oven, you want your oven to be preheated so it's warm when you put them in. And I'm going to just start my heat tool so it'll be noisy for a bit. I'm heating this up, and then I'm just going to start applying. I don't know that you have to move it back and forth, but I'm just moving back my heat tool back and forth. And here we go. Now, sometimes it does stick on itself, but usually it straightens itself out. Okay, there we go. You just don't want to touch it with your fingers when you're doing this because it'll burn you. I don't think it's toxic. Once it gets to be this size, I like to match it. And then you want to give it a couple of seconds to cool. I'm sure the directions, which I know I can't find, would tell you. It is. Read about it. I don't smell any fumes, and I'm not going to do 100,000 of them. So I'm okay, I think. So now this one, I think I want a different shape. Uh-oh, I didn't think about the cloth. Oh yeah. I'm not going to do the next one on the cloth. You know what? I had a piece of, well, it's all right. So I think that's going to be a little too large for mine. It's a little too large for what I want to use it for. So I can do this on my glass mat. So let me just readjust. Oh, okay. I got you. I didn't even think about that. All right, so I've got to move my phone. Oh, doesn't stick to the glass. Now I remember Dana telling me it will stick to paper, but I didn't think about the fabric. All right, so this one I'm going to cut out that honeycomb. And I think I'm going to leave just a little edge, if I can. And trim out some of this greenery. I'll go this way. I'm going to cut around this little flower or leaf, whatever this is supposed to be. I'm going to just really get in tight on this, on these leaves. Now, the other thing you want to remember is if you're doing this, especially when you're doing a stamp, you want to make sure if you're going to punch a hole that you leave room for a place to punch the hole. Maybe we'll do one. I don't have any. I could go get them. I don't have any color pencils out here. All right, so I'm going to punch a hole in this. Maybe I want this one in the center. Oh, that's not my hole puncher. That's not my hole puncher. I want to be able to see where my hole is being punched. All right, so I'm going to do right there. Put my tools back in my drawer. Get my little crochet hook, and then we're going to do it again. He's not cooperating. See, it looks like he's attached himself to himself here. So I'm going to hopefully quickly pull that apart. This is one of the problems you run into with using a heat tool when he starts dancing around. You're supposed to do the top side. See if I can get this one to straighten out. There we go. Come on, little buddy. Come on, little buddy. The bumblebee wanted to get away. Now, the other thing I pulled out, now if I can see where I put it, is my little bee stamp set. I pulled it out of the drawer, I think. Here it is. And I think I want to show you. I can go get my color pencils. This flower might be cool to add to it. And that be, of course, you can do words too. What do the words say? Have a beautiful day. Have a buzzing birthday. I don't want that. Have a beautiful day might be nice. So I'm just going to, because I feel like it, I'm just going to do this. I'm going to take the time and do it. Just going to do it. So now I'm going to grab out another sheet. Now I could use those leftover bits, but these are pretty large to stamp on. So I'm going to get another full sheet out. So you don't have to have a printer. And you can buy this where it's not, it's stuff that you don't print on. You can stamp, I think, on all of it, but this is made to run through your printer. So now I need ink. Inky, 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 inky. I'm looking for one of my stays on. Now, I definitely want to make sure I get a good stamp here on this. So I'm going to do a pre-stamp. It's pretty good. It's messy on the edges. I need to take a little bit of time and re-ink my ink pads. I did that crooked. Look how crooked I did it. I'm going with it. I can re-stamp. Oh, I picked the birthday one. Okay. I couldn't read it upside down. That's Queen Bee. I don't want that one. This one says, where's the one that says have a beautiful? Oh, it's this one. Have a beautiful day. You're so sweet. I don't think so. This one. That one says Queen Bee. Oh, happy bee day. That might be cute too. Do them all. I got plenty of stuff. I got the stuff. I got the stuff. You might as well do it. Got the right stuff. Oh, I might as well just leave that on there. Sometimes it doesn't stick too well. Oh, that looks good. Of course, now, yeah, that's the buzzy, buzzy bee bee, buzzy, buzzy bee bee. I don't know why I love doing all this stuff. Upside down, doesn't matter. Does not matter. Now this, I want to ink really well. Looks like I haven't used this one, so let's just give him a little pre-stamp. Not too bad. Now this is not black ink. This is ganache. I think my black ink's over on the other table, and I didn't think about that, so I didn't pull the right one. So we're just going to go here, give it a good press. Not too shabby. And I was going to do that flower. I want you to see how cool at least I think it's cool, how cool the color pencil looks. I'll go this way. So now I'm going to just go out to the other room and get my color pencils. And then we're going to shrink these. And then I'm going to look at my journal, try to reconnect with my journal and decide. And I cut my cover pages. Let's put these all back in here. See, aren't I doing good with putting things where they belong? All right, I will be right back. I do not have a be right back sign. I've got to get after that. These are things I don't think about when I'm sitting here just having a good time doing art. Okay. All right, these are just some of the pencils that I've been using in my coloring projects out by my comfy chair. So I think I'm going to do orange in this flower. Now I tried some of these on my own. I did a bunch of them like by myself. I should say on my own. I am on my own. And I have them somewhere, and I put them in such a great spot. I haven't found them. But I stamped, those like snarky cat stamps, and there's birds. I think they're Tim Holtz. I'm not sure. I did some of those, and I used watercolor pencils. And that worked out really well too. They looked nice when they were done. Now I'm going to put some green here. Now, of course, this is solid, so I'm not sure how this is going to come up, but I'm going to put some green on the stem. Like that. And then I want to do a little bit of shading here. So I'm going to come in with some red at the bottom. Try to give this flower a little personality. And then I usually like to come in with some kind of a dark purple on my reds. I am supposed to sharpen. Am I supposed to sharpen? I guess it's probably a personal preference. I sharpen mine, but I will tell you what I do. Because I'm a lunatic, you may not want to do this. I save my crumbs. I've got this little plastic. He sells this too. Probably a lot of people do. I don't think I have one right here where I can grab it. It's a little flat tray. It's got a lid that snaps, and I think you can put in like your alcohol inks and stuff, and then you can Oh, your sharpener isn't fat enough? Well, at some point, then your pencils are going to get low, and you're going to have to sharpen them to be able to use them. But I save my crumbs and then I use it as watercolor. How cheap is that? Hey, they're nice colors. All right, I don't know that I have a really, well, this is darker. This is a little darker. Next time you go to Walmart or somewhere like that, Connie, look and see, because sometimes you can get, and you can get it online, I'm sure. You can get a pencil sharpener, like just the little ones that has the 2 holes, and the one's a little wider. Candy might have a suggestion too. All right, so now I'm going to use a brighter yellow, and I'm going to do this bumblebee. Probably shouldn't be yellow all the way up in there, but I'm putting it in there anyway. I'm going to give the wings just a little bit of blue. Oh, that's a little more than I thought. Now I'm barely touching the surface here. But I have another idea for these wings. Now, I didn't stamp this in black, right? So I want to find my black pencil. And this could be a challenge, because my black pencil, oh, I could have left my black pencil out there. Well, we might have to step back and find it. Dark brown. All right, so I don't have a black pencil here. And I don't want that. That I think is too thick. Don't like that. Oh, you know what else works really good on this paper? These Sharpie paint markers. But I only have a few colors in that. Although I do have yellow. Yellow. I know I have. Oh, goodness. Guess I'm going to have to try this slick writer. How are we all doing? You hanging in there with me? I think this one's about out of ink. This one's out of gas. I know I have a Sharpie pen here somewhere. Oh, what did you make? And quiet. Here we go, Ange. We're going to talk about food. Hi, Peggy. All right, now I'm trying to be really careful with these legs. Now, if I could find my Sharpie pen, I could get in that wing and do some detail, just to darken those lines, being as I didn't print it in black. See, I didn't think about that. A razor blade. I got to get this color on while it's like this, because once it shrinks, there's no going back, kids. No going back. Let's try this. Oh, yeah, that's better. That's more better. One thing about a bee, its legs are all bumpy and fuzzy. So that works. I'm twirling. I'm twirling. That pen, that slick writer needs to go into the bin. I don't want to mess around his eyes too much. Yeah, that using a razor blade would be like being a real artist to me. Just kind of tapping the surface here, getting a little deeper ink. Now, see, this isn't going to be dark either. This is too thick. Probably not a good idea to do this upside down. I'm tracing this. I think it'll be all right. I definitely need a smaller marker. Lesson learned, I have to remember to stamp in black if I want a deeper imprint, you know. I'll see how that does. Just see how that does. Now, when I trim these out, I want to leave a little area of white around them. See how this does. Now, this is just like a pen, like a gel pen. It's written on there a little bit. It's not great. I'm not going to worry about the inside lines. Now, Wink Stella. I'm going to put Wink Stella on these wings to try to give them a little bit of a sparkle. A little sparkle. I'll see what that does. You can see it a little bit. Not a lot. Of course, I have two of these clear Wink Stellas. This one might be the one that's kind of on its way out. All right, now I want to remember that I want to punch a hole so I can dangle these if I want. So when I trim these out, I have to be mindful of that and then leave a space where I can punch a hole. So say you're doing a snowman and you forget to leave a space and you want to punch a hole, then your snowman's going to have a hole in his head. Yeah, it might not bother you, but I'm just saying. Things you need to think about when you're doing this. All right, so if I want to punch a hole on this one, I'm going to come around here and I'm going to leave a little there. I'm always making noises with my mouth, and every time I do that, I think think it was last Christmas, our family has what we call Cookie Day, and we get together with all the, well, used to be grandkids, now it's great nephews and nieces. So I left a little spot there. Now this bee. Again, I don't know why I'm using these gigantic scissors. Anyway, I was working with one of my great nephews. I'll have bloody fingers, but I'm dedicated. Keep the band-aids at the ready, and just don't let Angie see you. All right, so let's come around here. So, I mean, all my great nephews and nieces are beautiful, but I just really have a heart for Griffin. He's just a neat kid. So we were putting sanding sugar on cookies. So I flipped the lid of this one container and I said, well, you just have to shake it on like this. And I made a noise with my mouth, not even thinking, because this is what I do all the time. This is not what I do just when I'm streaming. I mean, this is my life. I'm always singing songs and making noises with my mouth. My husband will say, boy, you sure are noisy. And he's right. I am. So I'm saying to my great nephew, you have to do it this way, making a noise. Well, doesn't the kid pick up that sugar thing and make the noise with his mouth? Oh my gosh, I could eat him with a spoon. He's so stinking cute. All right. Now, see, these bits I can still stamp on with, some of them, of course, I'm going to throw out, but these bigger chunks, I'm going to keep them. I'm going to keep them. All right, so now I'm going to get my hole puncher. I always pick up the other one, my quarter rounder, or my rounder tool. So this I'm going to put here. And you want to give yourself a little room, you don't want to punch that hole too close to the edge. Could probably doodle on these too. Didn't think about that. That might look cool. Now these should get pretty small. I don't know how far I'm going to get on that cover. But this is all prep. This is all prep so I can get... You're falling asleep? Sounds like you need an Angie nap. All right, I'm pushing these back. I don't want those to get heated yet. And here we go. We're going to shrink the dink. Let's see. Come on, you little stinker. Now you don't want to touch it right away. You want to give it a chance to cool so you don't burn your little fingers. This was the birthday one. Have a buzzing birthday. And that color turned out okay. As far as maybe this would be a little better. That's a little bigger. That might be better. As far as it, I thought it wouldn't look so dark, but it looked okay. I guess because it compresses. All right, let's do the bead. Trying to keep my hand out of the way. Ooh, the sparkle looks good. It shrunk right around my, I should leave this tool out. Okay, so smaller is better. Note to self, smaller is better. Or in the hole. I don't know if that's going to flatten. Wasn't super hot. I don't know if you can see the sparkle in the wings. Can you see the sparkle? Right? Color pencil. Cool, right? I think they look really cool. I'm anxious for that flower. All right, so I want to use the crochet hook. Now this one, my marker was really kind of too fat. I think I picked up some stuff that was it's on my block. Oh, just want to let it cool. I mean, this is still warm, but you can read it. You can read it. Okay, we're almost done here. What did I? Oh, there they are. Okay. I was looking for my pins. Happy B-Day. All right, now the flower. It's just going to spin. He little curled under himself. I don't know if he's going to wait him. The last one should be the charm. Oh, phooey. Phooey, phooey. Well, as they say, It is what it is. Wow, he's really getting each other. I knew it was going too good. Oh well. It's all right. It's all right, guys. It's all right. So there they are. This was printed on the computer, on the printer. And these I did with the color pencil. That one's really large for what I want. So now I want to take some pins. I call them bulb pins. I don't know if that's really what they're called. This one's not. These are coilless. These aren't like the bulb, like the Timmy pins. And I have some of those somewhere, but oh, I don't know where. I didn't pull those out. Now you could add beads to these as well, right? And I'm not sure how I'm going to use this big one yet, but I'm just going to put a pin on it. Just put a pin on it. Now, if I had to do this again, I probably would take some color pencil and, scratch around there to give that a little bit of color so it's not so white. But I didn't think of it. It would be cute layered. It might find a home on the cover. I don't know. Some of these might find their place inside the journal. All right, so next up, as soon as I pin this one, I'm going to take a walk through my journal. Now, if you're doing this on what I did on this glass surface with a heat tool, this is still very hot. So please just be careful. And that doesn't look too bad. You have to really look at it closely. I don't know if you can even see. And just because this back part of it is shiny, the back is shiny. So where that flipped, it's just, you can't really even see it that much. So I think I can use it. But I love the way the color pencil turns out on that shrinky material. On the shrinky dink material. So I'm going to put those right there. Put these here. And have a walkthrough. Oh yeah, my tassel. My tassel. See, and I could tie it on the string, but see, I could put a couple of these on. They're just the word. Well, I don't want the happy birthday. Put that back in there. And I could just pin this. I could just pin this on my tassel. That might work. It just might work. All right. So now I haven't looked at my bead journal in a while, so I'm just going to go through and try to get my groove on, get my juices flowing here of what I want to create. I have a basic idea, but what I want to create for the cover. Now, again, this is a tabbed or fabric hinged journal. So the spine is not like a solid spine where I could punch a hole, put an eyelet in, and dangle my tassel. So I might do it from the front cover. I'm not sure. But like I said before, this has been built with packing paper that I ironed. And so the pages are not super sturdy. And you can see I still have to stuff my pockets and all that jazz yet. See, this is kind of heavy on the end. I should probably put something here to stabilize that page. I have some stuff in here, which I forgot I had done. So that's good. See, I've got pockets. Put a little tab here, fabric on the edges. Okay, so I'm a little further along than I thought. It's kind of rustic that I glued. All right. Not loving that, I have to say. That might go. So when you work on a project, you kind of get a feel for it, right? And your creative juices kind of get going and you're kind of, I don't know, maybe, I'm sure this isn't just for me, but once you just get at it and you start doing it, you just kind of get into a groove. And then once you walk away from it and put it on the shelf for a while, when you come back, sometimes for me, it's hard to step back into that same groove that you were in. So things look different. You might want to change some things. So this is what I'm thinking might be happening here. This looks really heavy for that pocket. So these are things I can find a home for. But all in all, this, it's not too bad. I don't think it's too bad. Might switch that out. I'm not liking that pink. So let's take that out. So you can see there's still plenty to do. But I really wanted to get the cover on. I've been thinking about doing this cover for a while. All right. Okay. It's very bee heavy. It's very, very bee heavy. So I have some packaging from Amazon. That I'm hoping will work for a cover. Now, some of the stuff that I've gotten from Amazon lately doesn't have these puffy dots in it. See this here? This is another one. So when you cut it, you see those. I don't want to see those on my. Oh, that fits almost perfect. And I think this packaging is the same. I didn't realize that when I put this aside. I've got some other packaging though I can check because I think I would rather. Because some of that I've gotten lately doesn't have. It's not insulated. I guess you would say, And I think I'd rather have non-insulated. Well, I'm pretty sure this is insulated. This piece here, I'm kind of seeing marks here where it looks like it's probably insulated. So I'm gonna set that aside, and I have in one of my storage bins here, right under my desk. Some other packaging that I've been, saving. See, this is real heavy duty, and this is flat. I think this is what I want. Let's have a look at this. All right, let's close that up. Now the real trick is going to be cutting it and getting it to the size that I want. This is real heavy. Very, very hard. Like that. Sorry for the sound effect. You may have to measure. That's really big. Okay, so Laura is digging. You know, it is like gold. It is like gold. All right, so this cover I want to be, I'm going to say, well, gotta straighten that up. Straighten it up there. Let's all stand straight up. And I don't really, if some of it is sticking out on this edge, I'm okay with that. So I think I don't want to go 8 inches. And I don't think, yeah, I might do 7.5. Or that's 7 3/4. 7.5 is way back. But well, 7.5 might be good. 7.5 by 8.5. This is, so now this is only, this is like 7 1/8. All right, so what did I say? 7.5 by 8.5. I think that's what I'm going to go with. And this is going to be very tricky. So let's put this aside again. I got my guillotine cutter and put here. Not my super big one, but I think this one will suffice. I just have to move some things out of the way, like my phone. All right, so this is going to be the, this is the rub. Fitting it under the blade. It's going to be a rough cut at first. So first you got to pick up the blade. Pick up the blade. And I'm just going to go here and just going to start cutting it to getting it into a manageable piece. Let's get rid of this jazz. Get rid of that jazz. All right, so I've got 8 inches that way. 9 inches that way. So I wanted 7.5. So I'm going to do 8 because I got that bend. I got that bend there. So I want to straighten that out. So now let's do 7.5. And then I wanted it 8.5. And it's folded there. So that's the edge I want to cut off. hopefully it's going to be good and not too wonky. Because it's got a pretty good bend in it there. I think that's going to work for me. I think that's going to work. That always seemed too easy. So now I'm going to decorate this. I don't want to attach it. I want to decorate it first and then attach it. That's what I'm thinking. So I'm going to start with the front cover. Now I did print out some things. Printed out a lot of things actually. Now, most of this journal looks, I don't touch my camera, but it always seems to shift. The whole journal has got this brown paper bag look to it, right? So I don't feel like I have to cover this totally, but I certainly want to cover, these things. This is, I can do something there too. I can put fabric or washi on the edge. So one of the things I printed was this, which originally I was thinking this could be a component or maybe the inside back or front cover. So I'm just going to show you some options that I've got going here. Now this is from another project, but see, I like this coloring. So I'm thinking this could work on the cover. Now these are the things I put on the shrinky dink. So these really could be either a component of the front cover, back cover, or they could just be, tags. And I've got this kind of stuff. See, let's just look through. Because I still have plenty to do inside the journal. Now, I did put in my description box, this digital kit is from an Etsy shop called CitrusJournalStudio, which I did not put the link in because I was running out of time because I decided to come on super early and, didn't think ahead. So I need to go back and do that. But Citrus Journal Studio is what this digital set is from them. Oh, that's kind of cool. That might be front cover worthy. Like that bee supplies for sale. I love this. And I want a little something on the back cover. That's cool. So I think the thing to do is maybe to start, maybe just cutting out some of these things and then laying them down and see where that leads me. I also pulled out some ledger paper that I can use. So I'm thinking kind of like I want the cover to look more like a large cluster, kind of, Now, the other thing I had thought about was doing some background stenciling here. See, that would take care of, I mean, I would trim it, but that would take care of some of that issue there, wouldn't it? Wouldn't it? Wouldn't it? Now, somewhere, oh, yeah. See, I've got that. And I've got some other fabric that could go on the edge of the paper. All right, so let me just start trimming out some things I think I might like to use, like this parfum business here. I could really even have this if I have it towards the top, sticking out the top. The only issue with that is it's so very white on the back. All right, now all these other bits I'm going to save because if I don't use them in this project, I certainly, can use them. And this is not my last bee project by any stretch. Now I like this piece, but I don't like, because you're supposed to fold it. So I'm not liking that so much for the cover. These are cool. Let's get these. Hi, Carol. How are you? Nice to see you. What time have we got here? It's still morning, so good morning. All right. I love that too. Oh, I like that. This might look nice on the back cover, huh? Not sure I'm going to get to the back cover, but I'm going to trim this out. You're doing all right? I'm hanging in there. I have started that new medicine, and I saw a rheumatologist for the first time the other day, and she upped the dosage. So I think that's helping me. I have to solidify in my brain, when to take it. I have to get myself into a routine, which I haven't done that yet. I've just kind of been taking it willy-nilly, if you will. Because ultimately, I like to delay when I eat till about 12 noon or so. So I have to adjust. And I'm not good at that. I'm not good at adjusting. I'm not good at remembering. Boy, some of this stuff is just pretty. It's just pretty. I'm sorry. Just pretty. Now, what did I like over? I thought there was something here. Oh, yeah, the bee supplies. Oh, I like that too. My left hand's a little shaky today. It just seems to be my left hand. So the last time we were together, I was going to tell you a funny story about my sewing machine. And then the stream ended and I didn't tell you. And I said to Jacqueline later, I forgot to tell them about the sewing machine. I think you'll appreciate this. Because I think most of you realize I'm kind of a pack rat. And, I don't throw anything away, and I've just got things sitting all around. If you watch Vicky W., I think it's O'Sullivan, and I watched one of her videos, and she was talking about her art space, and she was recording, looking at the camera, and you could see her room and her space behind her, and I'm like, Vicky, did you stop by my house to do a video? I mean, that her space looks exactly like my space. So I've got stuff in bags. No, you don't have a job to chat, Ange. You're fine. Don't be worried about that. It's all good. It's all good. So I have my sewing machine. It's set up so I can just spin around in my chair and wheel over there and stitch around a card or whatever I want, for quick jobs. But I don't have to stop, get it out, take the lid off, plug it in, all that jazz. Which I think my husband probably thinks that's probably what I should do. But this way it's up, it's ready to go. If it wasn't out, I wouldn't use it. That's just the truth of it. And so I was stitching something. I don't even remember what I was stitching. Probably a journal cover or something. Oh yeah, like this one. So Jacqueline and I were chatting. So I had her on my phone. So I took her over to the sewing machine with me and had my phone sitting there, had her all set up so we could chat while I was sewing. Because, God forbid I just stop. Hi, Pam. And, stop what I'm doing and talk. I just got to be doing something. I don't know. So I'm sewing this item. My foot is off the pedal, and the machine's going like crazy. It's sewing by itself, and I start screaming. Jacqueline starts laughing. I'm like, it's not funny. I can't stop it. I can't stop it. And I couldn't get the thing out of the sewing machine. I couldn't get it to stop. And I didn't know why it was doing it, because my foot was not on the pedal. Well, here a bag full of crap fell on my, what do you call that pedal? That sewer foot thing. I don't even know what you call the thing. Boy, these would have made nice shrinky dinks. Well, then we were howling because my roof is such, oh my gosh. I just love all my stuff. I just have such a hard time even using it because some of it, I love it so well. I just want to keep it. Yeah, so this big old bag of heavy fabric or something slipped out of its place and was on the foot. Is it the foot pedal? Is that what you call it? A foot pedal? Not good. Not good. Boy, that's cute. These are cute. To which I say, life with Lori. There we go. These, I'm just going to get rid of this while I have a. Boy, he's a nice bumblebee there, isn't he? Oh, he's nice. He's a real nice. Let's see. I was thinking kind of a background, but see, I don't think I want that on my cover, that coloring. I used some of that in the journal, but I do love these. Let's take this out because I'm thinking about layering. Yes, your foot. Thank you. I know, that's what I was thinking, Carol. It's possessed. The gremlins are taking over. What the heck is going on? I'm a little slow on the uptake sometimes. Well, most of the times, if I'm being honest. I'm like, what the heck? Now, my neighbor and I, if I was telling my neighbor Betty this, we would start going do 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 do. Some of you might be too young to know that's the it just went out of my head. Twilight Zone sound. I like that. This might be nice for background, huh? See, I like this, but I don't like the queen bee thing on it, which I could cover that, of course. Of course. Let's take this. If I don't use it, I might be able to use the idea of it with the lace on the bottom. Because I'm going to need something for the inside covers too, right? I just can't have them looking like a brown paper sack. So a big part of this is doing all the prep work. I don't know how that would look cut out. And then you have all your, okay, you never have all your bits out. You know, as you work and you get other ideas, you think, oh, I have this, and you have to go somewhere else and pull out something. But for the most part, you know, if you get all this done, you can just sit down, start laying stuff out, and be creative. Oh, you did? Oh, Peggy, thank you so much. All right, so just doing this so I can stack these. I've just got them all the extras stacked over here. Oh, look at that jar. See, I love that. Look at that. Look at these. Look. Gosh, there's a lot on here I could use. You know, I just saw a container that had, I wonder if I have, I probably don't. I have real tiles. Did I bury that? No, I think I left it out. Boy, this coffee's really cold. It had other stuff in it, and it had Scrapple tiles. Seek and you shall find. I doubt that I have them. This might be a little, oh, there's an E. I was thinking if I didn't have anything, it would be the E I wouldn't have. Oh, look, 2 E's. Oh. This could be a craft room miracle. But you see, I won't have the B. Come on. Oh, another E. Well, there's a blank tile. I don't think I have the ability. And, oh no, come on, you. D. Pam, I'm still thinking about sending you those nails with no glue. I'm so embarrassed. E. Heavens to Mercatron. Aw. A. A, B, C. All right, so I wonder how bad that would look if I made an E into a B. That's an idea. You remember the Twilight Zone, Ange? Oh, yeah, you're older than I thought. I can still see that guy, Rod Sterling. That was his name, right? Rod Sterling. I don't really remember too many of the episodes. I guess you can probably bring that up and still watch it. I might end up not using these, but it's an idea. So I'll just pull them out. I don't think I'm going to use the blank ones. What? And you will? Oh, I hope you're having a party. Well, maybe you don't want a party. I don't like parties, personally. These letters are kind of faded out. I wonder if I can, well, we'll see. We'll see. All right, so there's that. There's that. I'm thinking this might look cute. If this is an easy trim out, let's do this one. Jump, jump, jump. No, going to take myself to the Mexican. Very good. What day in December, Ange? My grandpa's birthday was in December, the 27th. Cool. I have to try to remember that. Oh, I'm sure. You know what? I don't really remember that much of it, Peggy, but I could see that would I could see why that would happen. We were a lot younger when that was on, when we were watching it, you know? It might have been where we just watched the beginning of it starting up and then turned it off and didn't actually watch the episodes. I guess we did probably watch some of them, but we'll take that one. What did I want? Beef farm. I think I wanted the beef farm. I know what I still to this day don't like birds. I mean, I like birds, but I don't like birds really creep me out. Okay. And like they really creep me out. Like I think they're beautiful and I try to attract them like the bluebirds, not blue jays, bluebirds. And but that movie, The Birds, oh my gosh. What was the girl's name in that? Tuesday somebody. Wasn't it Tuesday something? Maybe I got that wrong. I was thinking Tuesday Wells or something. I don't know. That movie. No, thank you. No, thank you. All right. So this, I think, now see, I need to have a thicker spot. This could be fiddly. This could be fiddly. I was thinking I could do this. Well, I can move it in a little bit. But see, I'm going to have to tear this. I'm going to do this. There was an episode where the doll. Oh, yeah. See, I don't remember that. Yeah, that would have. Yeah, I wouldn't like that. To which we say, no, thank you. My friend Joyce, she used to say this to me a lot. And I think she said it just because she knew it got a rise out of me. Because she would say, want to watch a scary movie? And I'd always say, no. And that kind of tickled her, I think. Okay, so I want to tear this edge. And I don't want to go in too far because I want to cover this. So I don't want to lose track of. Maybe I should put. See, now this is This is the disappearing ink. So don't worry. I can take that out. Oh, no, no, no. It's like playing Plinko. It starts tearing and going in one direction. You don't want it to. Also, the one with the end of the world and the guy who liked to read books and his eyeglasses getting crushed. You girls have really good memories. Okay, so if I go way over with this, I'm gonna. Well, I could, I could put something there, couldn't I? All right, so I'm just gonna lay some of this out to see what we might like. I've got still have my trash can in a very precarious place. Now I also pulled out that, let's see, let me grab a piece or two of this. Some ledger paper. 1933. Wouldn't that be cool? Oh, look, that takes care of that problem right there. And if I zhuzh that down, let's see, I'm covering the date. No, I don't want to do that. Wait a minute. Oh, here we go. Hold the phone. That'll work. Do, 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 do. That'll for sure work. Okay. Okay. All right. Okay. All right. Bum, 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 bum. Now, I was thinking that one piece could go there. Now, of course, I don't need this. So I'm going to take this tab off. Now, I want to incorporate some fabric, too. I love the shading here. And I want to remember I need something on the back side of that. Wow, that was quick, Ange. Maybe I should just do this right while I'm thinking of it. See, because I have this right here. Oh, Peggy, I do that all the time. It's like it's muscle memory, that's where it is. And so I could have put leisure paper here. I'm going to do the fabric. Maybe I'll do the fabric and the leisure paper. It's an all thumbs kind of day. There we go. There's glue there, Laura. There's glue. I might want to pull this over the top. Oh, that's so cute. Yeah, so I'm headed over to my son's after I'm done streaming. We're going to watch the football game. Of course, I don't have to be there for kickoff. Yeah, I'm going to go over and hang out. I might stay. I don't know if I don't know that I'll come home tonight, but I want to give this a minute to dry, right? So I'm just going to go ahead and do that. Eh, I don't know. I don't know about bringing it over, maybe a little bit. Give that a minute to dry. So that's going to go up at the top. This is what I'm thinking. This is what I'm thinking. I just remembered I bought some double-sided tape and a little tiny tape runner. I should go get that. And this, I can sit that there just to give me the idea. Hopefully that's not going to stick. All right. Okay, so I'm liking that so far. And here's a piece of this. That's an idea. Gosh, I wish I could find my... See, these are grooved in. That's a different kind of marker. I don't want that. Yeah, these are embossing pens. I should really put them in with my embossing stuff. Oh, that was nice, Anne. You're very thoughtful. How old is your uncle today? See, I have new ones here. I'm just trying to avoid opening another package when I know I have some open. Let's see if I can unearth. Unearth. What kind of a tip is on this one? That might be hard to do. What is this one? Precision pen. Oh, that might work. See if there's any ink in that one. I think all my Sharpie pens are out by my comfy chair. I got a lot of stuff out by my comfy chair. A lot of stuff. It's really kind of scary. I said to myself last night, Self, you gotta clean this table off. Okay. Okay. This might be a little too small. Yeah, I want something bigger down there. Ooh. Ooh. Can you see? Sometimes I don't have what I'm working on pushed up high enough. Pushed up high enough. I don't know if it's starting to look maybe a little too busy. Now here's Shrinky Dinks that didn't shrink and dink. I guess I could just use these, huh? Okay, I'm ready for some opinions. Anybody have an opinion? Ideas? Headed in a good direction? Not so great? I could stamp something up there. I got that problem too, Pam. Oh, I forgot this little guy. I didn't put a pin on him. I didn't put a pin on him. This gives me a little dimension. $75. Oh, okay. Well, we're coming up around that. My husband, well, how old will my husband be? My husband's birthday is the 28th of this month. 51. 74. Oh, my husband's going to be 74. I'm married to an old guy. He doesn't look 74, though. He really doesn't. He really does not. Okay, where is my... Oh, I know. Oh, no, I moved it. Shocker. Shocker, Lori. She moved it. Oh, I keep doing that. Push this drawer out, and then I wheel my chair back and scratch my leg on the drawer. All right, I have to think. I usually just throw it right in here. I think this stamp's okay. Let's see. I have a couple of these, and the one I abused it and used paint on my jelly plate, and it doesn't stamp nice anymore. Corner could have layered vellum with a cute bee. Yeah. Yeah, I have some Timmy vellum somewhere. Have to dig that out. Let's I need a pizza peel so I could pick. Oh, this might work as a pizza peel. Pick this up so it doesn't move so much. Oh, that worked okay. You're already 74? Cool. You don't look 74 either, Peggy. Oh, yeah, you look nice. I crack you up. Good. Keep them laughing. That's what we say. Keep them laughing. I crack my sisters up too, especially my middle sister. My sister Nancy. She's always saying, "Knock it off doing that. You're going to make me pee." She's always. And then, of course, as soon as I hear that, that's the goal, to try to get her to laugh so hard that she has, an accident. Why that humors me, I don't know. All right, let me okay, where's my phone? Right here. I'm going to take a picture of this. Now, it doesn't mean I'm going to go with this layout, but it just means This is at least idea number one. So let's go here. And it's there. Last time I did that, for some reason, the picture, who knows where it went. It's still out there dancing around in cyberspace. No idea where it went. Okay, so now we can dismantle. Now I'm going to take this out just because I can. Love that ink. Love it. Love it. Love it. Love it. All right, now I ink that and then you're to meet me in person sometime, Ange. You get me going, you'd really be cracking up. All right, now normally I would put other paper under there that kind of stop this from having a straight edge, but I'm going to basically be covering all this. And there was a little spot down here, so I might as well put some ink on. Oh, this is dangerous. I shouldn't ink on top of my surface. Oops. Oops. I think everything else was pretty much covered up. Now I have to go out to the kitchen and get my tape that I just bought. So let me take a moment to do that. You know what? I think I'm going to heat up my coffee while I'm out there. We still have a little bit of time, right? So I need to watch. I got about a half an hour to work on this, and then I got to skedaddle and head over to Pennsylvania. So let me heat my coffee and get that tape, and then I can start taping down some of this stuff. I think that's what I want to do. Tape it down. Where did I see that other? Now, with this kind of binding, I really would like to have the tassel on the spine. And I am going to use fabric. So I'm going to have strips of fabric around the edge of the spined edge of the book. And I've got rusted muslin that Murray made. I haven't had one of these in a while. Oh, isn't that pretty? Purple. Be some purple. All right, So, oh, it's got a little cap. I guess you just start and it goes. Now, do I want to ink these edges? That's another component. Right? All this takes time. Time, my dear friends, time. Let's see. I'm not really going to see much of that, am I? It's mostly over here. Time passages. Does anybody watch, gosh, you see, I'm not going to know her name. I think it's Vicky something, not Vicky O'Sullivan. Some other Vicky. And she does mostly like what I would call like glue book stuff. She does really cool backgrounds, and then she uses a lot of stickers and cutouts. I think it starts with a P. Oh, see, this is what I do. I think of things, and then I open my trap, and I don't have all the information. Well, she had a journaling card, like a tag like this, and I think it was like a gold color, and then she put like black gesso or something on it, or it might have even been texture paste black through a stencil. And she put some other stuff on it. And then for some reason on my phone, Peggy's messages, I have them on live chat, are not coming up. Oh, Jasper, there it is. Yeah, I haven't seen Jasper in a while. I haven't either, Carol. Should probably send her a message. I just am so bad at remembering this stuff. All right, so let's deal with this thing. Well, I think I want this on first. Who's on first? This is going to go here. What was I saying? Oh, that goes on very nicely. Let's get that lumpy bumpy out of the way. See, this is what I do. I start to say something, and then I don't remember. I don't come back to it. Oh, that Vicky girl. Then she put some circles down. And then she had these cutouts that I guess she fussy cut. And she just adds these images on. I mean, her work is just so cool. Really nice stuff. So then I look in the she has in her description box, she has a list of what she used, supplies. Stamperia has cutouts. I had no idea. You ought to see some of those babies. I mean, Art by Marlene's pretty cool, but these things are really, really fun. So I haven't pulled the trigger yet to buy any, but I'm sure it's in my future. All right, let me ink this edge. I'm getting so good, I'm putting my stuff away, I'm starting to annoy myself. friend Shaz. I haven't seen Shaz in forever. And we message back and forth occasionally, but the last message I sent, and that's Sharon, her last name starts with an H. So I got to message her again because she hasn't responded. So sometimes, you get other messages and you just miss it, right? Boy, this is just a tad. That's it. Peggy got it. Oh, Peggy, you are something else. Thank you. That's her. That's her right there. Oh my gosh. These fussy cut things are, I guess they're maybe like art by Marlene, where you cut them out yourself. But Stamperia, their images and all are just so cool. All right, so now here's what I did. I didn't, I marked it, but I cut this too short. So maybe I have to just use it a little bit. I might have to wrap something over. See, because I'm just not liking that. All right, let me put, I might need a little wiggle room on this, so I'm going to put glue on this. Now, I'm doing this a little bit from memory. I really should go look at I know it wasn't that long ago, but I forget. I want to put some cheesecloth down too. Gotta have some cheesecloth and get that edge. Oh, my music is upside down, guys. Oh, I can't have it upside down. I just can't. I really can't. And I'm not crazy about that straight edge. But that'll work. That'll be okay. It'll be okay. I know it doesn't matter to a lot of people. It matters to me. So if it doesn't matter to you, that's wonderful. But especially on the front cover. Oh boy. Okay, so then I had this. Oh, and then I had my Paris thing here. And now I've got a lot of extra fabric, and I was thinking I would bring this over somehow. I'm not sure this is gonna, let's see. I don't want much. Let's see if I can tear it up on the card. Yeah. Yeah. I really like the top of that. Just trim off this excess. I can decide about that later. I don't have to decide right now about that. This I could. See, because I like this is sheer, but not super sheer. Super sheer. Maybe could put a little. Oh, I could put a little shrinky dink there. This is going to be fiddly to cut this though if I don't cut it now. Somebody's got some equipment running. It doesn't sound like a lawnmower. But maybe it is. Sounds like somebody's trying to run their lawnmower out of gas. Actually, that's what it sounds like. see, because when I flip this, I didn't want to see white, you know? Just like up here, I don't want to see that little bit of brown bag. Let's twist that. That's been annoying me. Kind of looks okay. Oh, be having it. Snip, snip, snip. So you can still see it through there, but it's camouflaged a little bit with the. How's my time? 15 minutes. Okay, that should work. That should work. I'm going to use this. Coming down the home stretch on this bottle of glue. Now, I didn't put any glue on that cheesecloth there because the glue from here will just go right through there and it should hold that on very well. It should do it. All right, now I have this over here. Now I could be very clever and use this as a tuck spot, right? Maybe I want to move this. No, because I want to cover that green. Let's just go with the plan. Let's just go with the plan, Lori. Now, also, I want to think that when I do the cover and I put those strips of fabric, I did pull those out. Where did I put the fabric? I knew where they were, and I thought, oh, yeah, there it is. And I picked them up, and I brought it over here, and I put it down somewhere, and I'm not seeing it. But usually I do a strip here in the middle and then down at the bottom to help it not be so wiggly, because this kind of binding it's a little more wiggly, you know. A little more wiggly. That's really great English. Great English. Now this looks like it's inked, so I'm not going to be. I'm not going to be cray about that. I'm going to put this on. Just down the sides and across the bottom. Now, so I was thinking about some kind of lacy component. Now, what's everybody's opinion of this? Peggy, what's your opinion? Or where is maybe maybe Candy had to go? Because this is plastic. It's just that shrinky dink stuff, not shrunk. But I thought I printed out some of those. I could print out a regular paper one. I was thinking it would give me more texture, some volume, but it's not that thick. It's just like oh, here they are. Maybe I should just do paper because I'm going to sell this. It's not for me, so I want to make sure it's adhered really well. Oh, see, look, this is. I'm got to use that if I want to use that as a pocket, right? I don't have to use it as a pocket. I could go that way. A bit of lace at the bottom of the bee image here. Something like that. Oh, I have other. Where did I put? Oh my gosh, girls! I just. Maybe a little something over that way. Here we go. This might be a little too white. Oh, I know. I have something else that I was thinking about using. Hold on. Because I had this with my, I'm going to, oh, here it is. I was going to make I'm going to make a yellow journal at some point. Look, I was thinking about using one of these, cutting one of those out. Hi, Bill. Happy Sunday to you. Thank you. I found the other fascie. Here's the fabric. See this? Isn't this yummy? And of course, I'll make this more narrow. This is going to be the hinge on the outside. Peggy says a straight piece of lace for the edge, like down here. Peggy. Now I have this. Is that too see-throughy? Maybe I need the maybe I need like the crocheted kind of lace. Hi, hon. All right, I got to skedaddle, girls, in a minute. Look at this. Maybe this. Maybe a piece of that. I think that could work. So again, still lots to do, but I am so glad for the progress I've made. So today what I did was start to construct my cover, right? Oh, yeah. Too big. I was thinking just on the B card. Oh, I got you like this. So and I got plenty. I can pull out like just a little. I got you. Oh, that could work. I kind of like it across the other way too, but this definitely could work. So let me quick do a wrap up. All right, so I have a definite direction, which is fabulous after having this sit and wait for my creative juices for this project to kick in. See, I'm thinking maybe this up here. Maybe something smaller. I like the idea. I want to see that through it though. Okay, so what I did today was I started this, cut this out, and I've got a great head start on this. All right. And then I built my tassel. Let's see, here's the journal. Where did I move the tassel? It's over here. Oh, my tassel might go there. I'm really going to try to get it on the spine. I could maybe hook it to if I'm going to use fabric, across this way, maybe I could hook the tassel to the fabric. But that's an idea too, to put it right there. And then I did the shrinky dinks, the little dinks. So I got a lot done. Look, I was going to try to incorporate this ribbon too. I don't have much of it left, but wouldn't it a cute little bow look cool in this cover? Look, the hits just keep coming. All right. Okay, Ange, have a great afternoon. So this is what we've got so far. Yes, that's a good idea, Peggy. Peggy says, how about stamping some text? Like I could use my script stamp and stamp on there. Of course, ideally you would do it before you put your tassel together, but see, that thought didn't come to me. That's a great idea. Oh, see, here's a little piece of lace just to give us a look. So this is where I'm headed. All right. So I'm going to sign off because I've got to get myself together, and I'm going to head over to see my son, get some mom and son time. He's just the best. I just love him. And, he's like my favorite traveling partner, I have to say, because, I mean, my husband I love to death, but he just doesn't. My son and I are like peas in a pod. We think a lot alike. We like to do a lot of the same things. And so traveling with him has just been a blast. So I'm going to go over and spend a little time with him. So you all have a great rest of your day, right? Don't sit alone, turn on the tube. There's other people coming on. I always forget dear Ann. Don't forget Ann comes on at 5 on Sundays, Eastern Standard Time. Murray comes on later this evening, and for me, it's 8:30, so that's Eastern Standard Time. And I don't know, maybe Sandra. I know 4 o'clock on Sundays is kind of ringing a bell. So there's lots to do, right? So don't sit by yourself and be pally. Hop on, chat with some friends, do some art, keep yourself busy. All right. I hope to see you next week on Tuesday evening. So we'll see. I might just continue with this. We'll see. I don't know how Monday's going to go. Monday, you know how that is. So thanks for coming in and spending time with me. I appreciate it so very much. Don't forget, take time to be creative and enjoy the journey. Until next time, bye-bye for now.